How would everybody like Phoenix? How many of you are going to use that for Halloween costumes? I love it. Well, thank you for being here. And of course, thank you to our special guest.
The pleasure is mine. Mine. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, well, thank you. I've already asked Hannah a few questions tonight, so she's going to get a couple of repeats. So the first one, would you talk a little bit about your history with Jane's filmography?
Certainly. So I saw Ego in theaters and was like totally seriously, intensely affected by it and by Jane as a filmmaker. And then I went back and watched World's Fair. And then my agent showed me this script for Teenage Sex and Deadly Miasma, and I was like, hell freaking yeah. And I was so excited. And then Jane and I met and just like had the thing that you need to have with someone to make something good. You know, we just like really connected, and then the rest is herstory, as they say.
It really is herstory. Thank you. What was it about Chris when you saw her? What was it that made you want to play her?
Well, I was really looking forward to the challenge of trying to embody someone whose energy was unlike my own, and I remember in the script the character direction for Chris was like Woody Allen if he didn't ... never mind. It's like, hell yeah. I'm down to play like a nebbish, kind of vibe. And that was really, really fun. I felt like I was able to kind of leave my totally macho exterior behind and embody something different, which was what I was looking to do for sure.
Yeah. Well, you succeeded. Thank you for that. What sort of movies, if any, did you watch to prep for this film?
Yeah, I went to the James Schoenbrunn Film Academy for Girls. And I was given
I want that serial, I'm sorry.
I was given an incredible syllabus of slasher films for sure. But I would say that the films that most influenced my performance and my understanding of this movie and the tone of this movie were more in the psychosexual genre than horror necessarily. The Duke of Burgundy, Crash, Secretary, Persona, Carol, Portrait of the Lady on Fire, all these movies. Those were the things that I was really trying to, especially Secretary. I feel like that is something that I look to. I also look to on my own this documentary called Fire of Love, which is about two volcanologists who, it's really beautiful if you haven't seen it. It's shot on film. It's all of their own footage in the 60s. These two volcano scientists who fell in love. They were like kind of like tornado chasers for volcanoes, and basically just like, I looked at that to be like, oh, here are these people who like have this very specific kind of dangerous love connection. And I feel like those were the main pillars of my preparation.
That's basically what my cue is at home.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the earliest things Chris does while watching Billy is write down desire, and there's so much of that in this film. Would you talk about the way Jane approaches, especially female desire? because I feel like it's done in such a vulnerable, honest way, and it's also set against this very comedic, visceral, bloody horror film. But there are real moments of vulnerability in Chrissy's exploration of her desire and body.
Yeah, I think that like the main thing that was important to Jane and to Jillian and myself was to make sure that we were being really, really thoughtful about how to communicate around the love story, and also how to communicate around sex, especially the early sex scene where it kind of goes wrong, and then they get back in the swing of things. We have amazing intimacy for that. That was so incredibly helpful, and we just had a lot of like in-depth conversations, very like honest and open conversations about our experiences that felt relevant. And I think that especially for folks who are discovering themselves perhaps later, perhaps folks who are coming to their identity as queer folks later in life, that takes like a real active participation in your own desire and your own identity. And so I think if that applies to you, which it does for Jane for sure, and for myself, like that is a very specific experience. And so both of us were kind of trying to imbue the film with those experiences.
I think it was successful. With that in mind, I will go back to the chicken eating scene, which is, it's not a seduction scene, but and because it seems as though there are some sapphics in the audience, I'll make the same joke I did earlier, which is that, they're falling in love with this chicken, and the music is swelling, and it reminds me of when Carol and Therese drive to New Jersey in Carol. But that chicken scene is so funny and lovely at the same time. And would you share with this audience about shooting that?
Yeah, that was actually the first scene Jillian and I ever did together in a rehearsal, like a week before shooting, and it was the first time that I heard it was on a makeup and a costume test day, so it was the first time I saw her as she would be and heard her accent. And I really tried to hold on to my genuine reaction to that, and to the force that she is and that Billy is, to try to replicate that on the day. And I think it did something that really, as an actor, is such an incredible experience, which is it affected my performance and my energy, and it helped me to go deeper into my own character. That scene was obviously super fundamental to the movie working, and it was a joy. And we rehearsed it on a soundstage in Vancouver. That like a week after we left, they started building the back rooms on that stage. So somewhere in the back rooms are some version of a version of a version of this and building. That was such a important part of the film, and we shot that on the third day of shooting, I think, or maybe the second day.
It's almost like they start with the hardest
Get
ones.
all right in there.
Just
Right on in. But it's pretty fun.
It looks so fun. Yeah, thank you. We talked about this earlier, but it's so integral to this film, which is the way that Jane takes the tropes of a horror film and flips them in multiple ways. I think the most important being taking the dangerous, harmful trans narrative that began with Psycho and handing Little Death the narrative. I mean, Little Death is in control of the whole story, and that's really important at this time. Would you talk about that?
I think that, like many of us, many of us have absorbed culture throughout our lives that has like something problematic in it, you know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of rewatching of some of my like favorite comedies lately, and I'm just like, whoa, Jesus Christ. I mean, these jokes are like, what? I was literally watching, what's that stoner movie?
Super bad.
Brain damage, totally. Freaking Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh.
I was like, what the hell? Like, and I love the movie, and it just has like some jokes in it that are just like totally not chill, and yeah, that's just like true of a lot of the media that we've all absorbed, and like unfortunately that like embeds in our consciousness, right, and like tells us stories about ourselves. And so like when media and art and society at large is like deeming, you know, specifically like marginalized folks and queer folks as monsters, like in this subliminal way through you know the media that we're absorbing, like that is so obviously damaging. And so like and yet we really like these movies do mean a lot to us, and they have shaped us. And so it is kind of like a conversation about how to like reclaim the things that we do love about these films, and make them our own, and like, you know, Chris running in the end, just like not, like Chris is not a victim, like that is like a righteous, like empowered moment, right? So like, I think that is also true for Little Death and the ways in which the film tries to subvert, you know, the like monstrousness that we have been labeled.
Yeah, great. One thing this film also does, it's a conversation that maybe is mostly online, I don't know, but there's so much discussion about the gays. And it's not like a week of gays. Everything I do is for the gays. But it's really smart in, there's that speech that Billy has, which is talking about being outside herself, but also being within herself. And so I think that's directly speaking to how we view ourselves and how others view us. I wonder if you can comment on that.
Yeah, I mean, like I mean in the film, obviously Billy is talking about like fantasy and play in the context of like sex, and I just think that like, I don't know, for me, reflecting on that and reflecting on like kind of what I've been saying just around like sort of an empowered like reclamation of, you know, all of these things that are, you know, maybe like seen in a negative way is like powerful. And I talked to someone today who saw the movie 2 times, and she was like, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is like the movie starts when Chris goes to the gas station, like the movie within the movie. But then I was like,
And there's several.
yeah, it's like, when does it start? Like, when the tape comes out, when did the tape start? Where? It's like, where's the, where? You know? So, right, so, so like, it is like very, I would say subjective. Like, I don't think there's necessarily like a right answer around like the multiple gays.
Yeah.
Gays.
All gays.
Yes.
Okay, we can throw to audience questions. So who would like to ask Ken a question? I don't have my glasses on, so. Who has hands up?
Orange, maybe orange tank.
Orange tank.
Hannah, I'm a fan of how you use your Instagram to talk about things that you are passionate think you're gonna be really scared of this?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, one in the front row, I can see that.
I'm right here. My question for you is, while making the film, was there ever a part you talked with Jane about that she was very passionate about, but you wanted to do something different with the character?
Honestly, no. I feel like Jane was super open to my interpretation. Like when we did our first rehearsal, just the two of us, I got through it and I was kind of like, is that it? Because I didn't audition, and so I didn't try it for them at all. And they're like, oh yeah, no, that's great, that's Chris, like awesome. And I was just like, oh my fucking Christ. But from there, like they worked with me and we did a lot of like fine tuning, and it was super helpful, like to get their direction throughout. But no, like I think there was kind of like an enthusiastic support all the way through. Like whenever I was excited to make any little decisions, like I have a tattoo. I don't have any tattoos, but Chris has a tattoo of a battle axe, like in the inner bicep area, which mimics Gina Gershon's battle axe I found. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the big thing on the on her bicep, and so I was like, oh, little tiny one for Chris. And he was like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, where like I would like bring little tiny like seasoning things, and Jane was super supportive. So yeah, it was chill.
Any more questions for Hannah? One over here.
The candy seemed to just keep escalating. Was there a particular metaphor for that, or is it just
The candy, the questions about the candy. Yeah, Jane is like the candy head, big time. I too am. And so is Jillian actually. And I think like my interpretation of the candy is that it is like a safe way to access pleasure, and also like deep, like very tied to watching movies and like going to the movie theater and having a bucket of popcorn and putting the Raisinets inside. So I think it is like that. I interpret it in those two ways mainly. Yeah.
We have time for one more question. I don't see if there's anybody in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the back.
I really love the music in the film. I was curious how early into your process that you do it. Is that part of your process, or is that
Yeah, a lot of the music's written into the script. I didn't know how the Pain is the Heart would sound, because Alex G wrote that. It was an original song for the film, and I didn't know how it would sound, but the lyrics were in the film, and all of the music was pretty much in the movie, in the script. And so I used a lot of those songs to create a playlist around kind of the vibe of the movie for myself. And yeah, I listened to them throughout filming, especially that song at the end, Satan by Andy Shelf. Yeah, the music is so awesome. That's a good soundtrack. Yeah. It's so sick. Yeah. Badass freaking movie right there.
That's the best use of accounting pro song ever.
Oh my god, it's so awesome. Yeah.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much.
My final plea is, I have seen the film over the course of like several film festivals and doing a lot of touring with it, 6 times all the way through. That's pretty crazy, but I would say that every time I've seen the film, I've seen like a completely new layer that was just totally, that just like I missed, even though I freaking was there the whole damn time. So I encourage you to see it again, because there's so much more to see. So anyway, thanks for coming. Appreciate it.